Florida, the Sunshine State. Land of theme parks, pristine beaches. And my first foray into public cross-dressing. It might seem like an unlikely combination, but for me, Florida became the backdrop for a day of self-discovery that went far beyond the typical tourist experience. For years, a secret self had resided within me, a yearning to express myself in a way that felt more aligned. Imagine a butterfly trapped in a chrysalis, desperately wanting to spread its wings and take flight. That's what it felt like. Florida, with its vibrant energy and carefree spirit, felt like the perfect place to finally let that butterfly free. The weeks leading up to my trip were filled with a nervous excitement. Planning an outfit became a thrilling mission. I scoured online stores, searching for clothes that would accentuate my desired femininity. It wasn't just about the clothes, though. Makeup tutorials became my nightly companions, each stroke of the brush a step closer to unveiling the woman I felt inside. The day finally arrived. As I slipped into the carefully chosen dress, the silky fabric felt like a second skin. The heels added a touch of elegance, and the final flourish, a splash of lipstick, completed the transformation. Staring back in the mirror wasn't just a reflection. It was a revelation. I saw confidence blooming where once there was trepidation. Makeup wasn't just about covering up. It was about accentuating. About playing with colors and textures to create a new version of myself. Blended eyeshadows, a touch of eyeliner, and mascara created a new depth to my eyes. A hint of blush brought a rosy glow to my cheeks. With each step, the woman I envisioned was coming closer to reality. Butterflies erupted in my stomach as I stepped out of the hotel room. Every rustle of the dress, every click of the heels, felt amplified. The walk to the beach felt like an eternity, each passing person a potential source of judgment. But then, I took a deep breath, reminding myself that this was about me, about embracing who I truly was. The first few moments on the beach were a blur. Self-consciousness battled with a thrilling sense of liberation. There were glances, of course, but most people seemed preoccupied with their own day at the beach. A couple even smiled warmly, their openness a welcome balm to my initial anxiety. As I reached the shoreline, the crashing waves provided a rhythmic soundtrack to my thoughts. The salty air filled my lungs, and a sense of calm washed over me. I kicked off my shoes, feeling the warm sand between my toes for the first time in what felt like forever. I hesitated at first before taking that final step into the water. But when I finally did, it was like shedding an old skin. The cool embrace of the ocean enveloped me, washing away any lingering doubts or fears. With each wave that crashed against me, I felt more alive than ever before. And as I stood there in the water, surrounded by strangers who didn't know my story but could perhaps sense a bit of it in my eyes, I knew that this moment would be etched in my memory forever. It was not just about taking steps toward acceptance. It was about embracing myself fully and unapologetically. The sun began to dip lower in the sky, casting a golden glow over everything around me. And as I walked back to shore with wet clothes clinging to my skin and salt water drying on my face, I couldn't help but feel grateful for this newfound sense of freedom and self-acceptance. So even though every click of those heels had felt amplified on this journey to the beach, each step had led me closer to truly being myself, imperfections and all, in a world where judgment often lurked behind curious glances. And with that realization came a deep sense of peace and empowerment that no one else could take away from me. As I walked along the shore, the world seemed to take on a new vibrancy. The sound of the waves crashing against the sand was more soothing, the colors of the ocean more vivid. Perhaps it was seeing the world through a slightly different lens, or maybe it was simply the joy of finally being myself. There were unexpected moments of kindness too. A woman walking her dog complimented my dress, her genuine appreciation melting away some of my remaining anxieties. A group of teenagers, initially curious, ended up striking up a conversation, their openness leaving me pleasantly surprised. I felt a sense of belonging in that moment, an acceptance I hadn't experienced before. It was as if the tide had washed away my fears and insecurities, leaving behind a sense of peace and contentment. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the horizon, I couldn't help but smile at the beauty of it all. It was a reminder that sometimes stepping out of our comfort zones can lead us to unexpected connections and moments of joy. As I made my way back home, with sand between my toes and a heart full of gratitude. I knew that this day by the sea had changed me in ways I couldn't fully comprehend yet. But one thing was certain: I was no longer afraid to be myself, and for that priceless gift, I would always be grateful. Those moments, while unsettling, became a strange sort of revelation. Seeing the world through the eyes of a woman, even for a short time, opened my eyes to a different reality. The casual objectification, the microaggressions that might have gone unnoticed before, suddenly became clear. It was a sobering realization, but also one that fostered a newfound empathy. As the sun began to dip towards the horizon, casting long shadows across the beach, I knew it was time to head back. Taking one last look at the vast expanse of the ocean, a wave of emotions washed over me. It had been a day filled with trepidation, exhilaration, and ultimately, a profound sense of self-discovery. Stepping back into the hotel room, I wasn't just taking off the dress and makeup. I was shedding a layer of self-doubt, replacing it with a newfound confidence. The woman I saw in the mirror wasn't a stranger anymore. She was a part of me, a part one could no longer deny. Florida might not have magically transformed me, but it provided the catalyst for a transformation that had been brewing within me for years. Stepping outside my comfort zone, embracing the unknown, had unlocked a new level of self-awareness. It was a reminder that sometimes, the most beautiful discoveries lie just beyond the edge of our fears. Perhaps Florida wasn't just the Sunshine State. Maybe it was also the state of self-discovery. For me, it was a place where the sun shone not just on the beaches, but also on a secret part of myself that finally had the chance to bloom. Whether Florida holds the same magic for everyone remains to be seen, but one thing is certain. The courage to step outside your comfort zone can illuminate a path to your truest self, no matter the location. My first foray into public cross-dressing in Florida was more than just a day at the beach. It was a journey of self-discovery, a peeling back of layers to reveal the person I was meant to be. It was a day filled with trepidation and exhilaration, a day that will forever be etched in my memory. And who knows, maybe Florida will beckon me back someday, a chance to revisit the place where my sunshine self first took flight. Finally, we would like to express our gratitude for watching till the end. We hope you found the video valuable and informative. If so, please show your appreciation by hitting the like button and leaving us a comment below. We are eager to hear from you. In the end, we have a humble request for you. We are trying hard to keep you enlightened and empowered by creating awesome videos like this. Please support us by joining our membership program. The link is in the description. Your little contribution will inspire us to make more awesome content for you like this. The next video will be published tomorrow, so don't miss it. Till then, take care. More wisdom, more solutions, better life.